Hey guys, what is up? Vero here, back with another video. I don't think I normally say that. I don't know why I said that. How are you guys doing? I'm doing great. I wanted to make a video talking about some changes coming to Overwatch and kind of my thoughts on them as someone that has played since the beginning of the Overwatch days. Clearly I hate the game, judging by my background. We might have a problem. But yeah, I wanted to talk about the new 222 and role queue and kind of how I feel about it and if I like it, if I hate it, if I'm indifferent, if I'm quitting Overwatch forever, you know, all that sort of stuff. So let's jump into it. I will say when Blizzard first mentioned the role queue, I wasn't sure how I felt about it. But then I actually got to play it on the PTR, which if you haven't played it on the PTR, it is still on the PTR, as well as the new hero Sigma, which I'm genuinely excited for the new hero as well. Slight tangent. He's another main tank. I love me some tanks. For those that don't know, I'm a tank support flex, although I like to DPS when I'm allowed to or when I can, or when we just have too many tanks or healers in our game. And it's, I don't know, it'd be nice to have another tank. He's not necessarily my playstyle, but I am definitely going to learn how to play him. So anyway. So I have played role queue on the PTR. I did placements as a support player so far, and I still need to do my placements as tank and DPS just to see where I go, but I'm not too worried about it since it is the PTR, and in theory it should be rolling out in a couple of weeks, which I'm really excited for. And yeah, so do I like it or do I hate it? I like it, however, I hope that they make some adjustments to it. I really like the idea of role queue, especially when you're queuing and you get in a game and you have like 4 support mains, or you have 4 tank mains, or you have 3 tank mains and 3 support mains, or you know, whatever. Or you have 4 DPS players and 2 support players and no one's really comfortable on tank, and you're always going to have this moment of having to discuss it and figuring things out, which I didn't necessarily hate. I liked, you know, kind of seeing nobody pick a role and everyone just kind of be like, all right, like who's more comfortable on what, and you have like 2 people that are like, I'm more comfortable on healer, and you have 3 people that are like, I'm more comfortable on tank, and then you kind of just make it work and figure it out and kind of, you know, team up and figure it out and, you know, win the game hopefully. So for that reason alone, that is why I really like role queue. There are some, I have a problem, and I have 6 accounts. Don't judge me too much. One of them is on Xbox, and I don't play that account anymore, but the other ones, I actively play 4 of them. I play my main account, which I tank support flex on primarily. I have another account named Sansa Snark, and I only solo queue support on that account, although sometimes I do group up with friends, but I only play healer on that account. Although there has been a couple games where I've had to tank or DPS because we didn't have anybody else that could. I also have an account called Dana Scully, which would be my 3rd account, and that one was supposed to be a DPS account. It didn't work out that way. Now it's kind of turned into a lowish to mid-gold, low plat account that I primarily play with friends, and I just play whatever is needed. And then I have Buffy Summers, which is my main alt account, I guess, that I play. And that one, again, primarily takes support flex and swap to whatever is needed. So I have a lot of accounts. But I primarily play tank and healer. As I said, I do sometimes DPS as needed, and especially when I'm playing certain accounts, and like sometimes you just log in and you're just in the mood to play a certain character. Like some days I just want to chill on stream. I want to play Mercy for 4 or 5 hours and just chill and Mercy my little heart out, maybe play a little bit of Anna, maybe play a little bit of Zenyatta if it's needed, but for the most part I just want to chill and heal. And then it's like you keep getting games where I have to keep tanking, which is fine, I don't mind tanking, but when you're in the mood to play a certain role or a certain character and you can't play that role or that character, especially when it's several games in a row, it can be a little frustrating and a little bit like, ugh, like I wanted to play this thing and now I can't. And sometimes you feel like you have to be the person that's willing to swap and willing to flex, even though you feel like you do it every game. So for that reason alone, I really like the role queue. It was nice to just knock out 5 placements as a healer. I knew that I was going to play healer. You still obviously have the chance of the other person playing the same character. Like if you're a diva main, they might be a diva main as well, or if you're a Ryan main, maybe they're a Ryan main, or you have 2 tank mains, and you do have to kind of adjust in that regard, but I think overall it's a lot better than having to adjust with 5 other people, and instead you just have to adjust with 1. For me though, I think where the cons come into play is you cannot swap roles in a game, which is fine. I get why. They don't want people queuing up as a DPS and then like swapping to tank for whatever reason. I would like to see them add some sort of voting system in or something. Like say you have someone on your team throwing and they are a healer and you kind of need a healer. Maybe they're throwing on like Ana or Moira or Mercy or whatever, but they're just throwing. They're just straight up throwing. It's really hard for the other healer that's in the game to compensate for them being a douche. If you have a teammate being a twat waffle and purposefully throwing, there's really nothing you can do about it. Or if you have someone tanking and the tank is just throwing as well, or they just leave. Like what if they just leave and then you're left with 1 tank, 2 DPS, and 2 healers? Normally in that instance, which for the record I have won several games, 5v6, almost won a 4v6 game too, just saying. And a lot of the time, if I was healing, it was like, alright, other healer swap off if you're comfortable to a tank or another DPS, and we'll just run 1 support, or we'll just run, we'll kind of swap stuff around and figure it out. But in terms of role queue, you can't compensate for that person either throwing and being a douche nozzle, or just completely leaving the game. So I would like to see them maybe implement something where like the majority of the votes, where someone could be like, hey, I want to swap to healer, and, you have 5 people or 4 other people that end up voting and being like, yeah, sure, that's fine. Or even, like, I've had instances in games where someone will admit, whether they're a tank, a healer, or DPS, whatever role, it doesn't matter, but they'll just be like, I feel like I'm not playing my best right now. I feel like I'm not doing very well. Does someone want to swap? I don't mind tanking or healing or DPSing or whatever. I think it would benefit the team more. And I've had people be like, yeah, sure, I'll take over the tank role and you can swap to the healer or whatever. And I think having that option in competitive role queue would be nice as well if people are willing to swap, and then maybe you can only make 1 swap that game. Like, that's it. Like, one person can be like, I'm not doing well on tank, can I try healing? And then if the healers are like, sure, and then they can maybe swap roles. I don't know how complicated that would be, or if that would cause more harm than good, but it would just be nice to have some sort of option, especially if the majority of the team agrees with said option, because sometimes you're going to run into instances where you're just, as I said, you run into douche nozzles, and things just don't go your way in the game. Overall though, I will say I'm really impressed with the role queue, and I'm very excited for season 18. I think overall it's kind of increased my passion, or brought my passion back for Overwatch. Don't get me wrong, it's a game that I love. I've met so many amazing people because of this game, and it's a game I still play often, but over the last couple of seasons, I haven't been as into it as I was previously. You might even know that if you watch my stream, I don't stream as much Overwatch as I used to. I'm trying to get back into it though, because I want to finish my placements in season 17 before 18 rolls out. I do like that you only have to do 5 placements per role. I think doing 30 placements in total for 1 account would be a little nutty. I think 15 is pretty good. Sometimes, you get kind of screwed over with those 5 placements, but you can always climb back up, and I believe in you. But yeah, overall, I'm glad that Blizzard seems to be listening to the community. Oh, and in regards to Overwatch League, I genuinely stopped watching OWL purely because it was GOATs. I'm sorry, GOATs is boring to watch. It is not my cup of tea. It's some other people's cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea. It's not even in my cup. Like, I'm throwing it down the drain. Like, I don't enjoy it. I don't really like playing it either, which thankfully I'm a plat pleb, for those that don't know, so it's not really played in plat as much as it was in higher ranks, but I'm so excited for this new patch. I'm so excited for role queue. I'm so excited for Sigma, and I'm excited to see what Blizzard keeps releasing and what they keep doing to the game. So let me know what you think in the comment section below about role queue and even just Sigma in general. Are you still playing Overwatch? Are you excited for the changes, or have you just completely given up on the game? Because I understand if I mean, we're almost on 18 seasons of competitive. That is nutty. That is too many. That's a lot. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks again for watching this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Oh yeah, and don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe. Do it. Do it. Do it. Okay, bye.